Would like to now have final words, encouragement from Diana Gray.
So good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
You know, we can all summarize and say that everybody loved Mrs. Al,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Mrs. Al was coming to, we have monthly meetings, we call them World Peace Prayer, and Mrs. Al was coming here, and I don't care what kind of mood you were in, Mrs. Al would shine that whole room just with her smile. And you know, it's so funny, none of us knew that she was giving the other person anything. that was the biggest kept secret. You know, sometimes she made you feel so special. You thought you were the only one getting it. I actually have one of my knee highs. But I mean, you did, right? You thought you were the only ones. I mean, that's a special gift. You know, President, the leader of our organization has that gift too. He makes everyone feel like they're so special. And Mrs. Al made you feel so special. I used to fight with her because I used to tell her, I said, Mrs. Al, you know, she'd come and she'd try to give money and fruit and everything. I said, no, it's okay. And she said, no, here. And then I said, no, we'd go back and forth for about 5 minutes in Costa Bugano. So finally, I said, Mrs. Al, do me a favor, can you give it to another member, maybe a new member? So she would do that. She never forgot my birthday, and you know, I'd go out with her, and we just have such a good time. I really want everyone to be confident, though, you know, based on this Buddhism, that Mrs. Al is probably already reborn. She is going to be a vibrant, either young man or young woman, I don't know, we don't know that, but she's going to be a youth division that's going to be a powerhouse, and she is definitely, most definitely, going to fight for coastal reform. Yeah. That you all know, right? Absolutely. So, you know, I always say, what can I learn from someone, you know, when there's someone that touches your life, especially in Buddhism, because Buddhism, our practice is based on cause and effect, you know. So Mrs. Al's lesson is always give. Don't worry about what's going to happen. Yeah. Just give with your heart. So what I would like to do is real quickly just share a little bit of some encouragement from the leader of our organization, and I just want to take a second to, you know, really express my heartfelt condolences to the daughters. You know, we did an absolute fantastic job in eulogy, and then also everybody that helped to, you know, arrange the service, the beautiful brochure program, Christine, and you know, everybody else that really put their heartfelt helping. Yes, Cindy. I mean, you know, like it just, we heard about it one day, and everybody was just like, what can I do? Spirit. And that is the spirit of our organization, is really that heartwarming, like what can we do for Mrs. Al? So I would like to read a couple of, not too long, because I know, you know, Friday night and everybody's busy, but I think it's important for everyone to understand, like, how do we view when someone close to us in our Buddhist practice passes away? How do we view that? So I'd like to share again, President King is, he's a leader of our organization, his guidance, and he says, the important thing is that the surviving family and friends live with dignity and realize great happiness based on this conviction. Their happiness shows that they have conquered the hindrance of death and eloquently attest to deceased attainment of Buddhahood. So our happiness, right, that we all feel, I know we're going to be a little sad because, you know, we're going to be looking for Mrs. Al to come into the door of Costa Rica, but our happiness for her, you know, her next life is what's going to help her even more so maintain the spirit of Buddhahood. So it's so important that we understand that. This today is really we're celebrating the life of this beautiful person. You know, we touched so many people, and I'm trying to figure out when I'm sitting there, how does she have so much time to write all these letters? Think about it. I have letters that were 6 pages. So if you times that by, you know, everybody in this room, that's a lot of writing. And then she had time, like Nancy said, that she went to Walmart. So where'd she go to get all these socks? And socks. I didn't even know she was giving the socks to the guys. So, you know, I mean, when you think about it, she thought about every one of us in that way. You know, I mean, really, that to me, I mean, that's having a huge heart. So we need to continue on with her spirit of this huge heart. And then he says, which I think is really important, he says, we are connected by invisible life-to-life bonds of the mystic law. We are the family of the original Buddha. We are eternal comrades, transcending life and death, time and again, we will be reunited, right? In the garden, our mission and renew our connection with each other. So we are going to be, this sounds going to be giving out socks then too, you know, next lifetime. But, you know, we'll be connected. So life is hopeful and death is hopeful too. Ours is a brilliant journey across eternity. So we really believe in the journey of life. And I think, you know, I want to just close with, because so many people say so many good things. And I mean, like, you know, I think all of us, you can really feel from our hearts, you know. I mean, all I could think of when I heard Mrs. Al pass is that, oh, I love Mrs. Al. You know, that's the only thing. And I don't say that to everybody, you know. But, you know, I say that with true spirit that for me, I am definitely going to carry on her spirit. You know, I don't know if I'm not, don't look for me to give you any signs. So it's not any comments. But I mean, her spirit of giving, that part, I'm really going to live on. And I was reading this other day. It was kind of yoho. It was like before she passed away. And I was saying, this is so beautiful. And then, you know, I got the message that she passed. And I said, this kind of sums it up for me about her. And it says, life will be enjoyable. And death will be peaceful, a glorious journey to the next enjoyable life. When winter arrives, the trees and other plants temporarily lose their leaves, but those plants possess their life to send forth new green shoots when spring comes. Human death is like that, but we potentially possess a life force that leads us to a new life, to a new mission, immediately and without pain. Thank you guys. Thank you.